The long-awaited return to the Forgotten Realms campaign, in the form of Baldur's Gate 3, is slowly creeping upon us. Let's talk about what we know so far. This is not the first iteration of Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3: The Black Hound was in development back in 2002. But when Black Isle Studios closed its doors in 2003, our hopes of a third edition to the Baldur's Gate series was closed with it. When Interplay revived Black Isle Studios in 2012, our hopes were rekindled, only to be dashed again in 2016 when Interplay sold off all its intellectual property. So with the announcement of a new Baldur's Gate game at E3 2019 within the Stadia Connect event, fans of the series can breathe a sigh of relief. This game is finally going to happen. Before we get into what we know, be sure to subscribe for future Axial GT content. I cover all things gaming, PC hardware, system builds, and games news and reviews. Now with that out of the way, let's get started. As I've mentioned previously, this game has been long awaited. And I mean long awaited. The original Baldur's Gate was published in 1998, and its sequel, Baldur's Gate 2, arguably one of the greatest RPGs of all time, was released back in 2000. That's definitely a long time between games. I mean, people that were born back when these games were released are either in college or starting, and could be starting families of their own. That's a long time between games. But here we are, on the verge of the next installment of the Baldur's Gate series. Let's tackle the elephant in the room first. Release date. Drum roll, please. We don't know. The only thing we have been told is when it's ready. But since all we have actually seen is a pre-rendered trailer, I would speculate it's not close to being ready. There have been some rumors of a 2020 release date, but those are just rumors. The things that can be answered are, who's developing the game? And that is none other than Larian Studios. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because it's the same studio behind the Divinity Original Sin series. We also know that Baldur's Gate 3 will be released on GOG and Steam, plus Google Stadia. We know the setting of the game is the city of Baldur's Gate, but only pertinent sections of the city are going to be available to the player. The player will start outside the city, then head inside the city walls. The story is set in the current era of the Forgotten Realms campaign, and that the Mind Flayers have found a way to travel between worlds and are invading our world. Anyone diving into Dungeons & Dragons universe recognize the Mind Flayers as extremely powerful beings from the Underdark that can control others through mind control and eat their brains, which in practice should be really bad. Now, when I'm talking about Mind Flayers, I'm not talking about the Stranger Things Mind Flayers. Not this guy, or this guy. I'm talking about this guy. We also know that the original Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 were based on the Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition rules, while Baldur's Gate 3 will be based off the 5th edition rule set. So we should see some slightly different game mechanics, but not enough to be deemed unfamiliar to the Dungeons & Dragons universe. Some rules need to be bent or broken when going from a tabletop game to a video game. Well, that's it. That's basically all we know. But I will be keeping my eye on this game since I'm a huge fan of the series. It brings back memories of my youth. And make sure you hit the like button if you found this video entertaining or informative. And don't forget to subscribe to Axial Gaming Tech for all things gaming. Until next time, I'm out of here. You all have a good one.